on, Fang.
All right, here we go.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, no, Fang, pull him. No, not yet.
No.
Position for phase 1.
That's all, yeah.
Okay,
more for
completely
phase
misheard then, I guess.
It's phase 2, right before he goes down, that we want him to go over to the side.
All right, go ahead and drop those orbs.
I'm... There it is.
Here's mine.
Get the other one. Good job.
There's the other one.
Okay. Get him on.
I fucked up. Holy, there's 3.
Let's see, who is that? Interrupts.
Okay. So if you notice how you pulled them, most of the time when tanks come in, they grab Anubis and they'll grab them from the front and then they walk into them and then twist them and turn them backwards. The reason why you do that, especially if you have a DKs pulling down frost, if you notice when the frost orbs do not spawn until you engage Anubis. So you engage them and then they go wonk. That's why my cursor's up there waiting for it to spawn so I can click on it. That is how it's normally done. That's why it's easier for a hunter because they're farther back away from Anubis and they can see over the top of them. As immediately when you're coming in, if they turn and hold Anubis sideways, you can be able to click on the orbs. And you can't tab target them because they're too far away. It's lovely. So that's why when I was a hunter, it was really easy. I just stood max range, clicked on them, and then went bunk, 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 knock him down. So we wiped on this one. We had a little bit issues going on, and we tried a couple times, and it was just a pain in the ass. We did finally take him down, but we had to take it off hard mode. We just had technical issues, and people, like, you know, everybody has bad days, and that was one of ours. Yeah. So I say this because everybody likes to give me shit, and it was going on a little bit too much. There's been stuff said about me not being able to click on the orbs. So I thought to explain why I was going, are you fucking kidding me? So here you are.
All right, then.
Like on the DPS shirts.
Here we go.
Oh, damn.
Hey, you know what? My totem still help.
Right there.
No.
Lion.
Yeah. Go ham,
Down.
guys.
I can't target the fucking...
Green, my target. Pull it down.
Oh god. You already did. It's gone.
No, it's still floating there.
Alright, well, this is gonna be bad.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I gotta admit, when he engaged the boss, the orb starts showing up, and as soon as you can click on him, he's already turned the boss. So when I try to click on the orb, the tag for the boss is there. Immediately targets the boss, puts his thing above where I can't see the orb anymore. I'm trying to go up. I'm trying to click on the orb. I can't. Turn around. I'm like, that one. I'm like, nope, that's the one behind it. That's the wrong orb. So I'm running around. I try to spin my camera all the way backwards. So I'm looking, the boss is like here, and I spin it so I'm looking the opposite way to try to click on the orb. You can hear I was kind of panicking, going, motherfucker, I need to click on this sumbitch, and I could not get it. And then Dana's like, target my target. I'm like, dude, I don't have you on focus. I would have to look over, click on you, and then click on your target. Luckily, the hunter that was in the group was like, oh, I'll just knock down the orb, and did it real quick. That's why I said thank you. But, yeah. Those orbs can be a bitch if the boss, for Death Knights that grab it, if they turn them to right or to left and pull them sideways and hold them there and don't spin them around real quick. Because the orbs will not show up until you start engaging the boss. Hope you liked it.
Yeah, that's what happens when Finn fucks up pulling in his orbs.
Dude, he pulled the boss right in front of it, and I was like, when it appeared, I could not click on it. And then I was inside the boss. I was like, motherfucker.
So what you're saying is you don't know how to handle your balls, huh?
Yeah,
No, that's my wife's job.
So before you run in, make sure that the orbs appear, target your orb, and then run in.
They don't appear until he pulls the boss. That's the problem.
So wait.
That's what I'm saying. So don't run in yet. See that you have the range. click that orb, then run in, then pull it.
You realize if he pulls the boss and pulls it in front of the orb, you can't click the orb. You realize that, right?
You've already targeted it. I'm saying
No, it
targeting
doesn't
You're just making it
appear.
more difficult for him.
Yeah, you could tell I was getting a little tired of the razzing. But here, let's look at this. So here we go. I'm actually coming in, trying to stay midline, because I'm supposed to get the frost orb on the left. Now this is where he engages him. If you notice, he's engaging him, the boss will start moving, and he's off to the left. That means the boss is going to run to the left. The orbs, as you notice, when he does that, they just start to appear. You cannot target them until they're fully, like, there. So we have to wait. You can't target them until they're full white. You notice now they're not full white. Now they are. Now they're full white. You can target them. See where the boss is? Yeah, the boss is fully in front of my orb. My orb is right behind my cursor. I try to click on it. It clicks on him. This is why I was like, you guys are fucking dumb. Even if I was in the back of the room, you cannot target that orb. The boss is still in front of... I would have to be over where the bugs are popping to actually target the orb. I cannot target the orb. Now is where I'm panicking and I'm trying to get an eyeball on it. I'm looking at that one. That's the wrong one. I'm like, shit balls. I see it. I try to spin my camera around. Everybody's yelling at me. I can't do it.
Right? You just went over his IQ.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like...
he's gonna pull the boss. You're gonna stand back a little bit.
And I'm going to target an invisible orb while he grabs the boss. Yep. You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass.
Oh my god.
No, she's saying.
Find somebody else. We can get another DK, right? We don't have to have you do, like, if you just can't, you can just say, like, I cannot see or play my class well enough. Please get someone else to do the job.
I'll be honest with you, at that point, I was about ready to say, you know what? If you want the tank to pull a mob in front of another mob and tell somebody, don't run in because you don't want aggro from that mob, but target the second mob behind you, yeah, get another guy. Because unless I make a macro to target it, which would be insane because I'd have to do a next macro so I could target it, do the first one over here, then one over here, and then do the one over there. Hopefully. It would just, I was kind of like, yeah, why don't you get somebody else? Because this is retarded. You can't. It's dumb. People get a little big for their britches sometimes, you know? And don't look at it and think they know what's going on when they have no fucking idea or clue. It's a learning experience, you know? It's like everybody just, if they just sat the fuck down for a minute and say, hey, this guy has played this game from launch. Maybe he knows how to target something. Yes,
That's fine.
please. That would work.
But, like,
Or get the hunter to pull down one and
You don't-
then position the boss where the hunter.
adjust to
pulls
the
it.
second one.
Luckily, the hunter knocked it down, and luckily, I actually recorded that whole thing and this whole conversation. It's gonna be funny as hell.
It's gonna be on YouTube in a couple of days. Thanks.
Yep. So now you know why I got a little upset. I'm not upset. I was done with the people. We had too many people talking like they knew what the fuck they were talking about, and then, you know, the razzing came out and your low IQ and all that kind of bullshit. These people that, honestly, the guys that were talking, they either ran hunters or they just now starting to run healers, or they've never done it. I've run a hunter and I've run a DK and I've run a healer. You could see the orbs are a tricky thing. Normally on like 10-minute stuff, you're only pulling one on the right side. Why the tank always goes in on the left. So you have a full view of it to knock it down. When you're taking two orbs and dropping them at the same time, you have to actually spin the boss. Or the guys have to be so far off to the right and left, it's redonkulous, and then run into the boss to drop them down. You can see on the freeze frame, the orbs are not targetable until they're full white. It's a mechanic of the game. And there were so many people talking shit. Is reason I want to go ahead. I'm just going to like freeze frame this shit. You cannot target that if you put the boss in front of it. And you have name tags on like you should. And running like you should. It was a oopsie by the tank pulling him too far left because we're used to running 10-mans a lot. Pulling 2 frost orbs, yeah, you got to go in and spin them, or you have to have a hunter knock one down because he can stand out in full range to get over, like, the view over the boss more than you can as a melee running in. Yeah. It was just bad. Everybody, I think, was a little tired, and they were dishing on me. But anyways, it's like a good thing to notice. If you're doing a 25-man hard mode, you're dropping 2 frost patches on Anubis. You got to make sure, like the first run where he came in and he grabbed him, and I could still see the orb when it got full white and click on it, and he spun him. Or he actually pulled him out too far. But you didn't know what I'm saying. Usually you can do it that way, where the boss comes out, you spin him, and you pull him right back to where you want him. That's what is supposed to work. I think these people either don't know the 25-man, or they just don't know fight, or they've never had to actually target an orb. One or the other. So there you go. On with the show.
I don't know. Finn's age is pretty far up there, so that seems like a bit unfair.
Well,
Yeah.
Finn is
back
what?
to pretending to
No
be a
elder abuse
DPS.
people.
Finn's only what, 40?
Finn just celebrated his 83rd birthday, didn't he?
Yeah.
What the hell?
He only 83 in his life is IQ.
All right. Good job.